All right, so here what we're going to talk about is vertical and horizontal lines. So you should know vertical means up and down. Horizontal is left and right, flat. Okay? So if you hear something vertical, so you're getting vertical, it means you're getting up and down. All right. So like vertical, think of jumping. Hey, what's your vertical? Well, how high can you jump up? Horizontal is side to side. Those are some things that you'll need to know. So when we're graphing vertical and horizontal lines, we have two types of equations. The first equation is y equals whatever a number. It doesn't matter. I just gave 4 for a reason. So if you see y equals just a number, okay, again, not y equals 2x, because that's not y equals a number. That's y equals a number x. This actually is just your slope. But when we're given y equals just 4, this is actually our b. Okay, so this will not give us a vertical line. I mean a horizontal line. This will, right here. Okay, what this is telling you is the y-intercept is 4. So if we zoom in a little bit here, I'm going to zoom in, okay. What is telling me? So y equals 4. We go up 1, 2, 3, 4. We plot a point. And then what it's telling me is doesn't matter what my x value is, my y value will always be 4. So if you see y equals 4, we will have a horizontal line at that number. So y equals 4 is always a horizontal line. And if you have a horizontal line, your slope, or m, is 0. So a horizontal line has a slope of 0. So anytime we see y equals just a number, we end up with a horizontal line. Let's talk about x equals 5. Well, x equals 5 is a little different. We know slope-intercept is in the form y equals mx plus b. So we need y equals something. Well, this one has a y equals, but this one doesn't have a y. This is where things get a little tricky. So if you see x equals just a number, this is actually going to give you a vertical line at whatever the number is. So see how it's x is 5? So think of x-intercept. So we're going to go on here, and we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to plot x equals 5. And what this is telling me is my x value is always going to be 5, and my y value will change. So I now have a vertical line. Oh, sorry, I'll slide it up. A vertical line at the point x equals 5. And if you have a vertical line, your slope, or m, is what's called undefined. Okay? So x equals gives you a vertical line with an undefined slope. Y equals gives you a horizontal line with a slope of 0. You need to know these two things. These are two things that you need to know. So y equals a number is a horizontal line with a slope of 0. X equals a number is a vertical line with a slope that's undefined. Again, you need to know these two things. These should be something you really, if you just see y equals a number, you think horizontal line at that point. X equals a number, vertical line at that point. You need to know these two things. So let's do some practice. Okay, so let's say we have y equals -3. Well, y equals -3. That means on my y-axis, I'm going to go to -3. 1, 2, 3. We'll plot a point. And then that just tells me I now have a horizontal line at y equals -3, where my slope is 0. So this is what you're going to have to do. I'm going to give you an equation. You plot it, and you state your slope. You're like, wait, how did I know it was horizontal? Go back and reference these. You need to write these down. These should be written down. You need to write these down in your notes because you need to make sure you reference these. So these should be written down in your notes. You need to be able to reference these so that when you see y equals or x equals, you should be able to go y equals horizontal, slope 0. X equals vertical, slope undefined. So again, these need to be written in your notes. So you need to pay attention to this video because this should be very easy. So let's do some more practices. So what if I have x equals, let's go -2. Well, x equals -2. I know I need to plot the point -2 on the x-axis. And if I have x equals, I should look back in my notes, and I should have a vertical line. Again, I did not use a ruler. Bad, Mr. Harris, because that's not a very straight line. We need to make sure we're using a straight edge. Mr. Harris will do a lot better job of that. Here, you would think I'd have a ruler at my house, I'm a math teacher, but I just have squares and everything, and they don't go flat on paper. Okay, so boom. And then what is my slope? My slope is undefined. Simple enough. Again, if you see x equals a number, it is a vertical line with a slope undefined. If you see y equals a number, it is a horizontal line with a slope of 0. These need to be written down. This assignment should be very, very, very easy because if you have these written down, you literally put these right next to you as you're working on your assignment, and you'll be like, y equals a number. Ooh, it's going to be a horizontal line with a slope of 0. X equals a number. Ooh, vertical line with a slope undefined. These should be written down. You should have these written down. This should be the easiest practice assignment you have. Okay, so again, write these down so that you can reference them for your practice problems tomorrow. Simple stuff. Okay, good.